My Gavanen Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Archegaladirthan, and welcome back to Middle-earth as we continue with the Reunited Kingdom. Now, let me quickly state that, yes, Canned won the recent poll that I held to decide who will replace Khazad-dûm. Yes, Canned won that poll. But, as the poll started at the weekend, and it was all a bit fast, I decided that for this week at least we will play the Reunited Kingdom, maybe even next week as well. And that is partly because also the Reunited Kingdom has only just kicked in, and as many of you are probably anticipating, these first few turns are going to be a bit of a slog. So in order to get to a point where we've kind of got it a bit more manageable, I was hoping to put a lot of attention on the RK early doors so that the campaign doesn't end up being 100 episodes long or something. We can try and burn through some live streams and things earlier to make it speed up. The other thing, of course, is that, as I said I changed the colour. So we are now the colour that is represented on the banners. The banners, we are that same colour now on the map as well. So we do have a bit of a crossover with the High Elves. There's our borders next to each other. We're a bit of a lighter blue. But I chucked that in because I thought it is better. And in essence, that's all the batch file does as well. Although it can potentially change the UI. But changing the UI in answer to a comment is not as simple as just simply changing the UI. It also means that all of the buildings change, and the Reunited Kingdom and the Northern Dunedain specifically, moving from the Mesoamerican UI, would have a lot of buildings missing, and also it would completely change all of their portraits. It is not a 5-minute job. So it's something the modders would have to really put work into and then arrange for the batch file to address. If you're unsure what the batch file is, all it means is once you become the Reunited Kingdom, you save the game, you close it, you go into the folder structure where you have Divide and Conquer installed, you find a Reunited Kingdom.batch file or .bat, you run it, and then you load the game back up again and all the changes will have taken effect. And it's as simple as that. Anyway, last time we formed the Reunited Kingdom, and this guy over here, Hanon, which means thanks in Sindarin, or thank. Anyway, he was going to go to Isengard, but I actually think, as some of you have said in the comments, it's better if he goes up to Tharbad, because we don't want to lose the north just on a whim. And at the moment, it's looking like it might be going that way, so we're going to need to send some troops up there. Similarly, the fellow in the ship, the Amrothian Expedition, as we shall call them, I should probably send them north as well, I think. But it just does mean we're going to have an army that's costing us a lot of money for a very, very long time. Because it's going to take them ages to get to the north. We can go no further. But I think it probably is a good idea to sail them up the river as well, because we can get them all the way to Tharbad. So the Amrothian Expedition will head north. We won't worry about Isengard for now, because I think with Enedwaith attacking on the west, me having secured Enedwaith's northern borders, or southern borders, sorry, I'm all over the place, and Rohan now having a strength of an ally in the east who's actually going to be able to stop Mordor, I think Isengard will get killed off by the AI. I don't think we have to worry about them. But much will remain to be seen. Anyway, I believe we're in end turn, so let's finally do it and see what bloody well happens. We're hoping that Mordor will send as many forces as humanly possible to attack the King of the Dead, so that we can absolutely obliterate Mordor in one fell swoop. We'll take back Caerandros, and then these armies will all flood into Mordor once the king has cleared the way. The garrison at East Osgiliath will, of course, move out once we capture Minas Morgul, and it'll set up in Minas Morgul instead. But for some reason, East Osgiliath hates me with an absolute flaming passion, and I'm not really sure why. Oh, goodness, that's why. It's because it's been held by Mordor for about 10 years. So that would explain much. Boromir's heading off. Anyway, let's end the turn. Don't worry, I do know that Moria are coming, and I do know we're probably going to lose Fenestruinen, but we're hoping to quickly get Camath Bryn before that happens, sell it to the High Elves, and then head south and save ourselves. But there we are. Now, obviously, I have formed the Reunited Kingdom really early. I did that on purpose. I wanted to, A, make the campaign as difficult as possible, because, to be honest, for my entertainment and for yours, these campaigns need to be hard. If I play them how I actually play them, there'd never be a challenge, and you'd all get bored sick watching me play it. So we've got to play with the challenge, and I know that forming the RK early doors is the most challenging way to do it. You can, of course, wait until either, I believe, Arnor and the Reunited Kingdom are not mutually exclusive. You can do both, so you can form Arnor first, and then form the Reunited Kingdom, you're well within your rights. As a solicitor, I can tell you, you're well within your legal rights. No, but you are able to do that, and many of you probably will go for that route, so that the Reunited Kingdom then acts as a very late game reward, not something you're massively going for. Arnor is your true goal, and then once you've refounded Arnor and established them as the dominant Númenórean kingdom, then you join the remnants of Gondor and Dol Amroth into your force, and you see if you can win. I understand that. The absolute best time to go for it is probably once you've got a handle on Angmar. So once, like from our campaign, it would have been much better for me to wait to get the Reunited Kingdom probably in about 10 or 15 turns. Once we've taken Camath Bryn, given that to the High Elves, Moria are no longer a problem. We've taken Tharbad and Dunland have been taken out, and then our only enemy in the north now is Angmar. That would have been the better time to do it, so that then we're focusing on just Angmar and just Mordor, and Khand, sorry, on the crossings of the Anduin. That would have been the ideal time to do it. But I don't do things in the ideal way because I'm not here to show you how to play the game excellently. I'm here to show off the game in a hopefully enjoyable way. So it isn't... The way I've done it is not the best way to do it. And I fully appreciate that. But I like to think, and as I've said many times before, the channel, a secondary advantage of the channel is to show you that you don't have to play like a pro. And actually, Med 2 is unfortunately very, very easy. Right, we were attacked by the side army. The primary threat's the main one coming in. They'll be coming in from the north, so we don't want to stand here. Oh, look, there's a lovely hill there, but then you've got no room to run away. So I think what we should do is actually pull back and fight on this slope over here. Better. Much better. They do have the Warg pack again.
The enemy are bringing in
they're coming in the corner up there. The enemy are bringing in reinforcements. Some comments I've seen recently. Wanted to talk about Rome Remastered. Apparently, has recently had a huge, very mod-friendly update. And lots of you have been asking, well, I say lots. It seems lots to me, and I appreciate the numbers. I'm probably nowhere near that, but 2 or 3 of you have asked. 2 or 3 of you, I'll touch more on that in a moment if I remember, but 2 or 3 of you did ask about it because they thought DaC might port over to Rome Remastered. And no, I don't think in a million years Rome will take up the slot of Med 2 as the host of DaC. I know that it's got better mod features now, and Rome 2 supports much more advanced and in-depth modding. To my knowledge, anyway, I haven't really looked into it, but from what some of you have said, Rome has now got a much better grounded basis for modding. And it can do some things that previously the engine wouldn't allow you to do. But even so, porting the mod to Rome is a huge, huge endeavour. It is not as simple as copying and pasting the files over and clicking play. It is a massive, massive undertaking. Just off the top of my head, the things that I can already think that you'd have to go trawl through and get right and update and change, it doesn't bear thinking about. The biggest problem being that the Medieval 2 map, or rather the Divide and Conquer map, is much bigger than the standard world map used in the base Rome and the base Med 2. So all of the map things need to be updated. All of the... it doesn't bear thinking about. So no, Rome 2 will not become the home of Divide and Conquer anytime soon. I'm wondering if this really is actually the best use of these scouts. It's probably not, to be honest. And these fellas... That seemed like an alright charge. Oh yeah, that was a fantastic little charge. 180 down to 144. How many we lose? 1? 2, maybe? 2, I think. There's 2 dead horses on the floor. That was fantastic. Just trying to kick the enemy into gear more than anything. I'd like to also, if we can, actually go and just harass the reinforcements rather than sit down here. Ah, the reinforcements seem to be broken. Oh, no, they're just crossing the way now. The tide of
battle seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
We must act and halt this turn of events. Nah, we'll be alright, mate. Don't worry, narrator man. All is in hand. Now, they did attack us, so... we can just sit and wait for them, really. What is that unit? Warg Scouts, Missile Cavalry. Warg Pack. Goblin Bodyguards. I don't want to bother with the... Well, I think maybe you should target the Warg Scouts, actually. Oh, they are awful. Like, are you even shooting at them? Yeah, there we go. Now they're starting to kill them off. That's better. And the Warg Pack's just moved in amongst them, which means they're taking losses as well. What are the stats on the Warg Pack? Some of you did ask. 21 attack and a 20 charge bonus with a 9 defense. Oh my god. No wonder they're such monsters in battle. Their defense skill... So their armor from arrows is only 3, so that is their weakness. They are really, really, really susceptible to arrow fire. But 21 attack is insane. Why do they have a 21 attack? Who thought that up? That's like a troll's level of damage. In a Warg. And if they have that kind of level of attack, why don't the missile cav Wargs have a higher attack? Oh, they actually have bugged out, I just realised. One of their units hasn't crossed the wall. Hasn't crossed the border. This one's probably going to have to go down to a time limit. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, they all stopped around them. 140. Not as good.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Alright, if we sideswipe these ones, then we'll be able to get them to run. So 3 of them charging in.
The enemy general abandoned.
And they're off. Yeah, as expected. Not really too bothered about the 8 or so of these that are...
Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Yeah, this one's going to have to go down to the timer, I'm afraid.
The enemy army
there we are, and they're off as well.
Pursue and run them down.
Well, if it's broken, you might as well take advantage of it, mightn't you? Let's go, boys. We killed off a large amount of them already. We lost 4% and we're at 31%. If I can use our arrows to kill off the general. It's just this. This happens sometimes. I'm not really sure what the fix is. I don't think there is one because it's been a bug since the game released 14 years ago or however long it was. And that's what's causing the problem. The formation can't get into formation, so they just constantly try to, as you can see they're doing now. But they can't because of this unit, and it just completely whacks them out. They have no idea which way is up, left, right, or anything. We might be tempting fate a little bit by moving in this close, but... because they're just going to stand over there, I think it's probably worth it. Kill off whatever we can kill off. Our archers are coming, but the pikes are still a ways off behind. You might as well fire as soon as you can, I suppose. There's no point standing on ceremony. Although, no, I don't know, because if once we start shooting, these ones might actually attack us. Let's wait till at least the pikes get here, because they are just coming through now. Alright, fire at will. Yeah, there we go. That ball, they reacted. They reacted. They reacted. Oh no. Oh, I was clicking on the wrong bloody unit. Oh, those ones are the missile cav anyway. Don't worry, don't worry. Those ones are the missiles. Uruk overseers, so they're not going to run away anytime soon. You can fire at what you like. You can fire at what you like. If we can kill off the general... No, I just said, Gallo. You just said there are Uruk overseers. Listen to your own bloody advice. Alright. Take out the Warg Scouts. Hit the Goblin Bodyguard.
Defeat seems almost certain.
Defeat seems almost certain. Jog on. Right, new plan. Run them away. What did I send you guys up against? Oh, the Goblin Bodyguard. No. No. Happy for you to kill the Wargs, but don't throw your lives away against the Bodyguard. The Bodyguard will have you. The Pikes, unfortunately, are going to be abandoned to their fate. Well, they'll run away in a moment anyway.
Defeat seems almost certain.
Let's see if we can't get a lucky hit on him as he's going to chase us. 25. I think they just got one kill in that charge. That's abysmal. Come together, Dunedain. Archers once in position. Well, you can just stop and start firing now, actually. It doesn't matter. Aha, I think we might be able to just sneakily get the general. They're sending over support now. They realise the error of their ways. He's down to 5. But they got support up in place. Let's pull out. Oh, our done endings have buggered off now. Right, are you going to chase us, or are you going to get... Oh, no, the Goblin Bodyguard's off. Right, we can catch him.
For the moment, the fortune...
Yes!
Let's pray it remains.
And this one is over. All right, Bree Archer Militia. Keep them in position. Keep them in position. And I'll come and break them for you.
The battle is very much in our favor. Victory will be ours.
You guys all stop firing at them. Fire at something else. There we are. And then they've just created a path for the Overseers. Let's hit that Goblin Infantry. Let's hit those Hillmen. Are the Overseers running yet? No, they're not, but they will do shortly. Oh, you guys take their Snagger out. There we are. They're broken. Next. Hit the Goblin Infantry before too many Dunedain fall. There we go. Thank you. Oh, Goblin Bodyguard. There we go. Yes. 135. Killed them all.
Let all who remember this day remember it
223.
as the day
242.
of our most glorious victory.
Dunedain Rangers 242. Remember it all. What rounds to do? No, well, they'll come for you, maybe. I don't know. 195. Archer Militia finally getting their name on the plate. Dunedain Scouts at 223. Excellent work, Archer Militia. Give them a round of applause. Fantastic. Alrighty. Yeah, so as regards canned... Oh, no, talking back about the comment that I said I would talk about later is when the view I've always had of YouTube and anything like that is that a huge minority of you actually comment on videos, but it is you have to always assume that an opinion held by one person must be held by others.
Lord, our courage and honor have conquered.
And particularly with YouTube, because let's take a sort of standard video as
yes, but this implies we
no,
fear
don't.
them. We should
your sort of standard video, if you would. Why? Oh, we're ambushing them. Yes, don't ambush stands. Let's ambush the buggers. I love a good ambush, mate.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, so assume a standard video of mine generally hits about 4,000 to 5,000 views, which isn't anything amazing, but it's enough. I'm happy with that. And of that, maybe 100 or less of you will actually comment on the video. So that gives you an idea of the number of people that will comment. So that's why you have to always assume that if someone comments something, there's bound to be someone else that thinks the same thing. And so you always have to assume that others agree with the commenter. So when you see if you see a comment maybe sort of 10 times, If 100 people have commented, that's almost a 10% view. That's not an insignificant amount. If it's one comment out of 100, you can happily disregard, but it's just the way that it goes. Anyway, we're hitting the Variegs of Khand here, as you can see. They're in their long ambush line, and I'm just trying to cover for the fact that I'm not really sure how best to actually ambush them to get the most out of this battle. We get the advantage to start wherever we want, but I don't know how to utilise that to our best advantage. You'll note that Khand, as always, has an army of about 90% cavalry. So I think we have to try and get the cavalry out of the game, don't we? We've got an archer. One archer unit. Let's put some jabs. This is why the Reunited Kingdom is good, because in essence you get to play as 3 factions in one faction. Right, so you guys will all open up and just rain hellfire down on this end. I'm happy with that. Put the ballister crew up behind you as well. And fire at will. You guys shoot too. Alright, and then I'm thinking 1 militia to hit here. Is that just 1 cavalry unit? Oh, bloody well is as well. Oh no, there we go. This is the second one. 1 militia to go there. Spears. Now this is where we're going to have to catch them because they're going to try and run away. So 1 on either side to get their horse archers. And then that's pretty much your lot, actually. What are you? Are you horse archers? No, you're more marauders. Perfect. So another one of you for the marauders. And then if we use our general to go after these horse archers here in the middle. That's everyone in position, is it? Pause the battle. Get the most out of our men. What are they called now? Baron Raiders. Yes, that was something from the... I mentioned in the developer diary. Any unit that was Khandish something has been renamed to Barun. So the old Khandish Riders and Raiders are now Barun Riders and Barun Raiders. What was the dismounted one called? Archers, actually, I think, possibly. The army marches. We didn't catch them. They managed to sneak out. The marauders have been caught, though. They look like they might run. Our own buggers. Hit by the nomad horsemen.
Victory will be ours.
I bloody well hope it will be. Javelins, how are we doing? Just absolutely shredding them, I trust. Baron Hunters. That's their name. Baron Hunters. Speaking of which, that's more than enough. Let's get them out. You guys hit the marauders. That Gondor militia is probably going to die, but it's done a fairly good job before it goes down. Hit those marauders. Get out on those nomad horsemen. Just keep your position. 12% place 28. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Gondor militia. I'm going to try and use the cavalry to break the infantry. Squires absolutely schooling the Baron Raiders, as you'd imagine. Well, you might not imagine, but Squires are a really good cavalry unit. Way better than Gondor cavalry militia. A considerable improvement over the militia. Now, we've got the main advantage we have here is that the enemy don't have a general, but of course, neither do we. But the lack of them having a general means most of their low-tier, crappy, trash ground forces, which is what makes up Khan's army, unfortunately, is all going to run away. Ah, no, let's hit them onto those nomad warriors. Didn't realise there was foot archers over there. Let's get you guys back. I think that's gone actually probably about as well as we could hope. Those nomad axemen, we need to break them. Our cavalry is broken through those. Alright.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Let's move those in because they are good fighters on the floor as well. How are we doing over here? Nomad warriors getting ready to run. Step archers. It looks like most of them are routing. Didn't even need the 3 banner armies then. We've got them. In fact, we have got them. I think they've just called it. I think they have just called the retreat. Oh, no. You
Break the
stop
spirit
what
of
you're
his
doing.
army.
Yeah, they're running. They're running. It's over. Some of them must have reissued orders in light of the fact that we just caught a lot of them. But the bulk of this army is gone and done. 19% for 82. That's a pretty good little victory to my mind.
Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him well and make it so he can see us defeat the rest of his army.
Just the Baron Raiders left. Baroon. Go on, get them to break and bugger off. Let's have an actual look at our army.
How our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Because these are, whilst they are Gondor militia, these are our Reunited Kingdom Gondor militia. The only real indication that they've gone into the Reunited Kingdom is twofold. Number one, they take on a bluey kind of colour scheme rather than the straight black of Gondor or the bright blue of Dol Amroth. And they also have the completed tree symbol on their chests. There aren't very many units, though, that do have a Reunited Kingdom visual, I'm afraid. I don't know if they plan to do more in the future, or what the general plan is, but at the moment it's Gondor militia units, and that, I think, is about it. But back home, we should have just unlocked Cardinal and Sentinels and things, actually. We'll have to go back and have a look.
Be awed by the
313 for
victory we have won
1,200.
here today.
Captain Jagatai. Amrothian Squires 197, not surprising. Cav Militia 120, and Amrothian Archers 105. So the Archers and Cavs still taking the top spot, even when you don't think they're doing anything. It's because you can never assume cavalry is doing nothing. They're always likely doing something. Alright, so the north is hopefully now going to be secure. If we can give that settlement to Moria before he crosses into our border, I think he'll probably bugger off back to the mountains. The big banner army that's moving in on Fenris-Drönen.
No victory in your
Sorry, Cand. You'll find the way is shut. Captain Bornivian, welcome to the family, sir. The High Elves are resplendent. Jesus. He actually did upgrade to a general. Yes. You beauty. Tharagrondost, way station and Master Masons was damaged. 400 people were killed. Kaloniak, fortunately, no one was harmed in the disaster. Clans of Enedwython. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that is the worst possible outcome. Oh, what are you doing, Enedwyth? We can't. Here I am bound. Gameplay-wise, absolutely sack off Bree. They're useless. They're not really doing anything. Angmar's going to beat them anyway. Kill Bree. Enedwyth's our ally. But role-playing-wise, we are sworn defenders of Bree. We can't let them fall to Ragged Hillman. It's just got to be. It may cost us the game, but we stand by our principles. Would you prefer it were the aggressor? No. Alliance in tatters. Well, we got them to attack all the people we wanted them to before they made a stupid decision, so that'll be alright.
My lord. Your orders, my lord.
Alright, I've just noticed though that down here we can actually make sort of 3 good armies out of all of this crap. So that lot from this one. Stand here.
Yes, my lord.
And take those archers, guardians. I will take the siege actually. Stand in there. Oh, look, more cav, more pikes. Oh, excellent archers. Yes. I mean, those archers are excellent. Not. Oh, archers, excellent.
Your orders, yes, my lord.
Commas matter. Alright, you've got room for 2 more. Let's take 2 militia.
Yes.
And then the rest of you are going to divvy up amongst the others, really. And by that, I mean,
your orders, my
you haven't really
lord.
got many options. Fanmelon, you do not need 3 people. Galmoth, why don't you stay there, and then I'll take both of these.
Yes, your orders. Yes, my lord.
Orodreth, go with Yorthon, because then you two will act quite nicely together, with you acting as an anvil and Yorthon with his cavalry.
Your orders,
A prime position to launch a cowardly ambush. What is so cowardly about a solid victory, I ask you?
Yes, my lord.
Alright, the defenders of the south have been set up. Bornivian, Derufin, Orodreth, and Yorthon. And they are will bloody hold. We shouldn't really leave Haven Guard in there, but we are losing money so much. Not only are we the largest, but we are the strongest. I would have it no other way. And can't get across the river is going to be the question. Mordor! Oh no. The King of the Dead has been changed to be on a turn timer, not on a battle timer. Oh no. Oh. When did that happen? Now we've just got to slog against Mordor for so long. Oh my god. Oh, that's so annoying. The King of the Dead would have killed everything standing there. Without a shadow of a doubt. Without any... we all know that. There is no threat at all. Oh. When was the King of the Dead changed and why did no one tell me? Well, that's a massive and really significant change. Given that you have to get the King of the Dead if you hope to become the Reunited Kingdom, you're going to run into this problem. Oh, that's really annoying.
Yes, my lord. My lord. Yes, my lord. Your orders.
That's really, 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 really annoying. Right, Heliguiven, come up here and let's talk to the High Elves. See, what I want to do now, because now that I've just learnt that I'm going to be shafted completely by a decision made at some point by someone
Your orders,
that's not widely known to me.
My lord, 'tis good to see you, my friend. How can we help?
I feel like taking one army, one unit over there, like a Gondor militia, and auto-resolving against every single one of them, and just putting it in the position where we would have been if the army of the dead was still with us. Oh, you've got a bit of wealth. What does 10k sound like to you? Yes! Cheers, pal.
I accept. Well, that seemed fruitful.
That helps manage
Farewell.
the huge deficit at least a little bit.
Yes, my
All right, and then that puts Gameth Breen into the hands of the High Elves, which brings them up to Angmar. Oh, dear. All right, this episode is coming to an end anyway. So this is then the big question for you all. It's outright cheating. There's no two ways around it. The King of the Dead has gone for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea what has happened.
Your orders, my lord.
I haven't read anywhere that he goes after a certain number of turns. I've only ever seen that he goes after 3 battles. None of you have ever... No one has commented and suggested that that's been changed, but it would either have seemed to have been changed to a turn-based system or something like... There's no assassins, though. I just don't understand how the King of the Dead has gone. I think it might be a bug. I don't know. But if you've watched this far, please comment. I beg you. Or look through the comments and see if someone's already done it. And if someone could please type, put down your opinion as to whether you want me to simulate what the King of the Dead would done, which is in essence, I'm going to cheat kill off this entire army here, because that is what the King of the Dead would have done. Do you want me to do that? Simply type yes, or find someone that's typed yes and upvote it. If you don't think I should do that because you think, no, that's cheating, the king has gone through legitimate means, you've lost your army of the dead, you used them in one battle, that should be enough, yada yada. If you think that way, type no. Or find a comment that has typed no and please upvote it. I will make my decision shortly before recording the next episode and we'll go from there. Personally, I would, without a shadow of a doubt, destroy every single one of these armies. I'll send over one little Gondor infantry, Gondor militia, and I would auto win every single victory. I'd then have him take Minas Morgul as well. I'd have to cheat. I'd have to create a trebuchet to do it, but then I'd delete them afterwards. And then, so we'd get to the position where we would have been with the army of the dead. Even if we do the cheat, not that I'm trying to get you to agree with me, although I am. Even if I do the cheating method, that's still only 2 battles we got out of the King of the Dead. We're not even getting the full 3 as advertised. So please, 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 tell me what you think. And it's not because we formed the Reunited Kingdom, is it? No, because he was there at the start of this episode, wasn't he? And we hadn't ended turn, though. I hadn't ended the turn yet, had I, since starting the Reunited Kingdom? No, I think that's what it is. I think it is a bug. I think the King of the Dead doesn't have ownership for the Reunited Kingdom faction, so he's just been killed off because we don't own him. That is almost certainly what has
Yes,
happened.
my lord.
I feel quite
Your
confident
orders,
about
my
that, if I am being completely honest. So I'm even more an advocate for cheating an army over here to defeat all of this, because the King of the Dead has gone because of a bug.
Yes, my
Oh,
lord.
Dwin here. Ah, you're costing us money. You're a good unit, though. Go down into that fort. Yeah, so please let me know your thoughts. What would you have me do? And I will set about doing it.
Yes, my lord.
Cheat move. Get me to cheat move.
At your service.
Your orders, my lord.
Enid Wythe are not going to like this army walking through their land. I just thought. Well, Isengard already doesn't like us. Aren't we actually already at war with Isengard? Yeah, we are. Let's just walk through their land
With
instead.
honor. We can go no further, my lord.
We can go no further, my lord.
Making
All right, anywho, that is going to be the end of today's episode then. The next one, I don't know if I'll do an intro for the next episode, because I'm not sure that enough has happened. Like, yeah, we formed the Reunited Kingdom, but I think it would be better to maybe give it a week and see more events, because I don't think much is going to happen. I think we're only going to pass a few turns. But anyway, for now, yes or no, should I cheat the Army of the Dead back into the game? Oh, I could just cheat the Army of the Dead back into the game. No, because the King of the Dead, you'd need a general to cheat them onto, and then they'd be here forever. We'd have to have a general in order to do it. No, just type yes or no. It's going to be the easiest way. I'm happy to just have all of those Mordor armies killed off and call it at that. But let me know your thoughts. Anyway, enough of this. I've just band-aid on for about 4 minutes about nothing. Anyway, forward out. Thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you'll enjoy as we move forward and hopefully crush Mordor really quickly so we don't have to fight against bloody Mordor. I'd much rather fight against Cand just prior to then starting as Cand, so we can see what their units are like against them, and then we can see what they're like when we control them, which I'm happy with. But until then, Nevair na den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.